operations are taking place.
The witnesses who testified here about the tortures that occurred at the NIA premises in 1996 and 97 implicate generally the following people: Fode Bari, Baba Saho, Salmina Drame, Daba Marena. Would you say that this is true or false?
Kusere kanumanjone kusensentate sede yoli di komisionai. Kanumanjone kutekitek bangpop kutore tora dodi NIA kusensen ures mati kakile ko dodi kannagimi kon Daba Marena kansula Fode Bari
Baba
It
Saho
could be true because all these people were from the police. Baba was from the police. Everybody was also from the police, transferred to the NI. So whatever happened, police Baba was a shadow officer at the police. Before he came to the NI. Marina was also a special branch officer in the police before he joined the NSS. Now called
police di limite ko kana kan ko foreme man ko kambroka mamore mujoyno bikiti na ken NIA.
But what is the basis of your answer? Is it the suggestion that these people are just from the police and therefore they were torturers?
Ya tenu jume na Kujabi yakia mama berek matiko bukana matiko police kupurmulo yekane manya kupek bukana mante.
That's why I said it could be true, since the witness has said it, but I was not part of it.
Are you suggesting that you were at the NIA, you knew these tortures were going on, you knew that Daba Marena was involved because of the fact that he was running the counter espionage at the unit at the time, but you cannot tell us who else was involved? That's what you want to tell us?
NIA. Matiko Daba Marena matiko owa rungume buku matiko o do butumo do bare umanjut ake anumanjone ateketek bukana.
CE is like 25-30 meters from the reception. So if you don't go there, you don't even know what's happening. Very big place, they have so many officers. Unless you go there and know. If you don't go there, you cannot sit and speculate that Mr. XY said. And also the investigation is on the other side of the building, where it's about maybe 10-15 meters away from
Mr. Witness, you had to be occasionally taking this information to State House.
But I said, I want to be State House.
True?
Maligan.
Yes.
You're Maligan.
And the information that you submit had to be detailed and complete, correct?
State House,
yes.
And for the information to be complete, you need to know who is apprehended, correct?
Not necessarily.
But of course, you had to know who was arrested for your information to be complete. You cannot go to Jaya Jame and say, oh, somebody was arrested. You don't even know whether the person is a man or a woman. And you don't know what the person was arrested for. And you don't know the information provided by the person. You know, if you do that, Jame would call you a fool and send you out of his office.
If I go to Jame, what I will tell him is from what my DG told me. If he wants to clear anything, he has doubt of what I told him, he calls the DG directly.
And the information would include the names and status of those people arrested.
Sometimes
in a written form, put in an envelope, and then I hand over the envelope.
Sometimes the full details of the person.
Sometimes he will tell me, could tell the president that this and this and this is what is happening here. I'll give you one example. During the transition, when Algali Commission was formed, my DG was called at the State House. That Yaya said you should arrest all the businessmen who are involved, who are supposed to appear before Jana Commission, Algali Commission. If you arrest them and bring them to the office, then we serve them with subpoenas. Somebody was very worried. And he called me, explained everything. I said, no. I said, if that is what the president wants, it cannot work. He said, it was Letsu.
Samuel.
Letsu. Who told the president how they want these people to receive their subpoenas. I said, no. Allow me to go to the president and talk to him and come back to you. Don't call anybody until I come back. I went to the president, told him, look, the DG told me that you asked us to arrest certain businessmen. He said it was Lesu and Musa Abdoulie, the Attorney General, who suggested that. The Attorney General. Inspector General of Police. No, Musa, is it Musa Abdoulie? Musa Abdoulie. Yes. Then I said, no. These are permanent businessmen. Just to serve them with a subpoena to appear before Algali Commission doesn't warrant any arrest. I told DG not to do it. He said, okay, go ahead. You continue. Tell your DG to stop it.
You would agree with me that the NIA had no business arresting anybody at that time with regards to this particular issue.
But these are the instructions given to my DG from the president.
The president did not care about the law.
So I had to
answer that question. The president did not care about the law.
Yes.
And we were talking about the tortures. The information you would submit to the president include who these people are, why they were arrested for, the information they have provided, and how that information was obtained.
If it is on a written form, I will not know what is the contents of the I will only hand over. And then the rest
But how about where you have to give oral reporting?
Most of my oral briefings have nothing to do with certain activities.
Mr. Witness, you told us that Yaya Jammeh knew about the tortures.
Yeah.
And his channel of communication was the Director General and yourself.
Man ayabe mi kibara ye mi au di a Director General.
And both of you were submitting information to him about suspects, investigations that have been carried out.
Ban mi ko gabara gila kala kesen o kibara di kubeti kanjumanjone gisof waf ko kane di pop kis re ngila ko mekane engese.
When an investigation took place, what they normally do is they write a report and submit it to the DG, the investigators. And DG will look at the report, produce a paper, seal it in an envelope, sometimes I take it to the president or he take it to the president and brief him. What is it?
And in the process, the president would know about those who are tortured and those who are not.
That's true.
Could you answer now?
That's true.
He would have knowledge about those who are tortured.
Oh, yes.
And how would he react in these circumstances?
Well, that is between him and the DG.
Is he sometimes happy about these things, about these tortures?
He will tell the DG sometimes, teach him a lesson. What type of lesson I don't know. That is the information. Teach him a lesson. DG has to take him to school and teach him a lesson. Teach him a lesson.
But of course, you all knew what that meant. Teach him a lesson, give him a VIP treatment. All of you knew what that meant.
It is up to DG to analyze it and tell the operatives what to do.
Okay, what used to happen in those instances?
DG sometimes tell the operatives, I have an information, the president said, teach him a lesson, or don't do it. Why is somebody short-tempered, and sometimes if you leave the state house before you reach the office, he will call you and say, stop it, cancel the
what exercise?
He has told you to take the personal lesson. You call and say, stop it.
Joe, give us example.
It's a long time, I can't remember. Somebody will come and say, okay, release the detainee to go because the president said allow him to go. Sometimes he does that.
But how about the lessons?
No, he will stop everything. Before he reach, he will call him and say, stop it. Stop the lesson and then release him.
But many people were in fact taught a lesson.
Oh yes.
And in all truthfulness, those lessons meant give the person some beating.
Beatings.
So whenever President Jammeh said teach the person a lesson, all of you understood that to mean what?
President Jammeh all the operatives, I'm not an operative, so we say all of you,
all NIA officers understood him to mean what?
NIA officers too.
Punish the detainee.
Take
And what would that punishment entail? Would it be infliction of pain?
They beat him personally.
So in essence, Yaya Jammeh used to order directly the torture of some of these people. Can you give us some examples?
Yaya will never accept any blame, whatever. He can give you an instructions. You act on that instruction. If you come to know that the instructions are wrong, he will call the person, make friends with him and tell the person that, you know, I don't go anywhere. I was told by Mr. Fall that you are this and this and this. That doesn't take blame.
Are you saying he was a liar? Yaya Jammeh?
Well, it depends on what, it depends, but he will tell you that I believe the person, he told me this against you, now I know he is not true, he's not telling me the truth. Then he will try to reconcile with you, and then you will see that person as your enemy. It happened to so many of us.
And in those instances, was he telling the truth?
Yes, he was, because the person who went there told him a lie about you. He will mention the name of the person. So that means he is trying to clean up himself because of Mr. X.
Would you agree that would you agree that in these instances he would be trying to clean himself, as you said, by lying about the true state of affairs?
No.
It would be half-truths.
He is not lying. He is telling from an individual.
But he would not have told the person that I ordered your torture.
If you call you for reconciliation, he tell you it's because of this and this that happened to you. Mr. X who told me this.
But he would not tell you that he ordered the torture.
But if you tell the person that X told me that you are this and that's why you suffer, that means he's telling you that they are given a wrong order.
But tell us honestly, you are on the oath.
Yes.
Was Yaya Jammeh a truthful person?
My way of understanding.
No, was Yaya Jammeh a truthful person? Was saying generally true? Is he a person who would say you would say is a very honest person? The records are there for us to judge. So
I don't want to tell you what I don't even know of him. Whether he is a truthful person or not, it's not for me to tell. What I know is
you are Deputy Director General, Director General, and Commissioner. You know whether Yaya Jammeh was a truthful person. You know whether Yaya Jammeh was a truthful person. Answer the question. Tell the Commission truthfully whether Yaya Jammeh was a truthful person.
Truthfulness is very vague. You can say this true, this is wrong. So if you want to generalize,
dodging the question.
No, if you want to generalize whether the man is truthful or not, I will say yes and then say no.
Okay, give us examples of instances where he was not truthful.
If you sit with Yaya Jammeh, you try to show him what you can, he will tell you something that you know that the man is not telling me the truth.
Give us example. We heard about the dragon at the Kerewan Bridge. I don't know
about but what I do know is I will look at this tree and tell you what it entails, which is not true.
Would he do that often?
Not often. That is when he is in a good mood, you sit and chat with him. Say, look at this. Do you know what is it? And he said, no. How can you look at a tree and tell what it entails or what is there? Took it as a
joke. What was his reason for doing that? Would you say it was just to self-aggrandize, to put himself above everybody else?
He wants you to know that any knowledge you have, his knowledge is more than yours.
He was superior to everybody else.
This is
just like he had the cure for everything.
The cure started when we were all away from him.
But it was all part of the same thing. Make you believe that he is superior, he is big.
That's true.
Please, do you want to hear the answers?
That is true.
That's right. It was all a lie.
It depends.
It was all a lie.
As I know, I cannot judge that because he knows better why he is doing that. So, for me, I will only say what I know.
Mr. Witness, we know why he was doing it. You have told us. You said he was doing all that because he wanted to be seen as superior, having superior knowledge to everybody else.
Now, the people he was treating, according to what we had, should be in a position to tell whether the treatment works or not. Not me or any of my family.
All the witnesses we heard from said that it was a lie.
It is possible.
But you even know it was a lie.
I started this sometimes around 2005-06 when we were away from him. So I want to know where he got that knowledge or how he does about it. 2005.
But you would agree that it was part of the same system of making people believe things that are simply unbelievable, things that are just not true.
That's true. That's true.
He was a liar, pretty much, essentially.
If we all agree with the people he was treating that he's a liar, then he's a liar. But it's not for me to tell because I've never for treatment or whatever or any of my family to confirm to me that what this man has told me is a lie.
You're talking over each other, so you have to hear the interpretation.
Sorry. Let him interpret. Let I interpret, and I will repeat what I said.
Okay, could you repeat what you said first?
I said, those he was treating, and all of us here, if we agree that he's lying on those things he thought he knew, then we all agree that he's a liar. But it's not for me to tell as an individual that yeah, he's a liar, because I've never applied any of his medicine, so I wouldn't know.
Nene comme bukana kana sontemi di ala diri ala puja moraja murega mate ko ya gajora nani ha yo melegen ala puja mora murega mate ya jam gajora bare inje leti ngeti merege parce que nge musu joy sonten wala ni jo mije natu do ka sonten sa ko dimbaye mo won ko rek mo wo ala tum ka jamora murega mate ya gajora di ka sonten akola.
Mr. Witness, we're just putting to you the propositions. It's not our personal view or anything. We're just putting to you the propositions because you know him better, you dealt with him, so that you can answer the questions to help the commission better understand who this person was.
I said that only cleans in Barong Boom of the one Tommy, or Umanjan Wawagimi. Only Umato to Ban Umanju to Bare Au Uman Regoli Pum.
Has he ever told you things that are not true?
That's
the example I gave you. And when I was with him, he has never mentioned me his knowledge of curing this or curing that. Because I know if you tell me, I will ask him how. How are you going to cure? All these things were happening when he knew that somebody who really challenges me is no longer with me. So I can do whatever I like.
You said he would do anything he liked. Would you say including lying to the Gambian people with reckless abandon?
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
You said it. He lied to the Gambian people with reckless abandon. That's your testimony, Mr. Witness.
I'm answering your question.
And you said yes.
What I know about lying. It is true. The people he claimed to be treating who said he's a liar. And I also believe he's a liar. None of my family went to him or myself to confirm that the man is lying or is true. No.
To conclude this point, you just told us that you believe that he is a liar.
Yes.
Thank you very much. You became Deputy Director General.
Director General, Deputy Director General.
In 2002.
Emitted 2002.
Correct?
Yes.
And this happened at a time where there were lots of detentions that were unlawful.
I can't remember anybody being arrested, detained during that time.
We have extracted the detention register. The list of people who were unlawfully detained. At this time, what was the maximum limit for detention before the person must be taken before a judge?
very key.
Not more than 72 hours.
Wujud kuna kufeyi kuragini 72 hours.
I have placed before you a list of people who were detained during your time as Deputy Director General.
Kaita kanisa ninya koku yekene uresa wakana kan kusofeni wata la komi Deputy Director General.
And these detentions were all unlawful.
Ban esofen kusof bukana kutu jawte diluwai.
If you look at 2002, you have a list of about 65 people.
Ujike jat kaita kati 2002 puju kan kono kan kufegi di futok. Kabanan fegi di futok.
It's possible.
Well, did it happen?
Ante bajo.
I'm hearing this for the first time.
Well, we have extracted this from the detention register. Kept by the NIA. Look at the names. Possibly you would recognize some of them. The first name on that list is Mr. Lamin Sane. Do you recognize that name?
If it is Lamin Sane from State Guard, yes.
Kanja Lamin Sane, I'm State Guard.
That was in which year?
Yeah, it says 2002.
2002.
Lamin Sane in State Guard occurred when? Was it 2000 or 2002?
Lamin Sane State Guard. Emit Yema 2002 manted. Emit Yema.
Well, 2002, if I can remember.
Correct, 2002.
Was he detained beyond the statutorily allowed?
Yes, of Enkusofa Mante Wood, Kunaka can Luas and
He was not detained at the NIA. He was detained at the military police, and they normally bring him for questioning and taking.
Kunakusofto Kunen Kinta NIA.
At the NIA.
Babu military police Bokusofo Kunen Manahikungalo Bedir NIA.
Well, the detention register of the NIA said Lamin Sane detained for 8 days at the NIA.
Kaita kasafere mankuisen kana kan kusofno kuise se matiko Lamin Sane kuno futok ku fake kusofo bo NIA.
But the issue here is, do you dispute that during your time as Deputy DG, people were being detained unlawfully at the NIA?
Rekuye fanyo tate wani mamme manje woyemi mante au musonso matiko wata nloko ni DGI Deputy DGI NIA mante kana kusofe sof kuneni banjawtu diluwai.
I was not disputing.
It therefore means you will agree that under your authority as Deputy DG and under the authority of the Director General, people were detained in violation of the law at the NIA.
Wato kankan au pusom matiko nanglo me erungay nulako di furungaf mati awam Deputy Director di pop Director iya jila ko lake sof bu nak ban revolt di luwai.
If the DG give instructions, there is nothing I can do about it. Just
yeah, DG asana mifruma. But you to hani sembe.
While you are prepared to hide behind, I was not completely in charge. Let's look at what happened when you were fully in charge.
Konka nanulako to me erunge from your babaj anuribe. Kabalang monole babaj anuribe or sen furimaf. Now jikeranan au famu ulako me erunge.
That was in
2003.
Your
August 2003 to December 2003.
You can 2003
look at the list.
December 2003.
There were about some 20-something people who were also detained unlawfully.
2003 kan kabanan di waf kopo kusofis of banjaw to luwai.
Have you seen it?
Jujukuba.
Would you take responsibility for those illegal detentions?
Well,
these people were detained well before I became DG. Have you ever protested these illegal detentions? This was during the late Kebasi's time. Have you ever
queried these illegal detentions?
No.
No.
You went along with them?
Yes.
So therefore you are equally culpable, you are equally responsible.
I will say yes, because I cannot disobey my director.
No, it is not about disobeying your director. This is about all of you senior officers being responsible for this system at the NIA wherein people would be unlawfully detained.
Can't matiko kabalang furim fati arongimi baru kan wafa manjon mi jurungumi NIA wanjila kame kane ban ribut.
Yes.
Do you regret it?
Mante kanka wafa manjone kani kan wafat ilambulumuk.
I regretted everything that happened to that agency since I was employed there. Not only this case, because that was why I'm not happy with the system. I had to see a way to stop it. That was why you see that none of the detainees will ever tell you that Mr. Kujabi was part of this, was part of that. And I saved a lot of people here from all these problems.
Give us examples.
I went to Taiwan on a mission. 3 technicians from Gamtel were arrested.
What are their names?
I don't even know them. But the reason given was there was no telephone for a whole day. When they were asked, they said the parts they were supposed to change, they did not change until everything blown off. I was in Taiwan every day. I will call the office and talk to my deputy. When the late Suso. And he told me the problem at Gamtel. I told him, now go and look for one of those technicians and ask him whether they've made a requisition for those parts. And if he said yes, try and get that requisition and photocopy it and keep it for me until I come. When I called him the following day, he said yes, I have got the requisition. Now I'm coming this date. Let us meet at the airport immediately I arrive. When I arrived at the airport, he gave me the requisition. From the airport, being taught to the airport, I called President Jammeh. When he called me President Jammeh, I told him I'm back, I'm at the airport, soon I will be at home. And I asked him, what is new in this country? And he said, this time, I am with Gamtel. What happened? He said, you see these technicians, telephone went off the whole day. I told him, are you sure that this is the fault of the technicians? He said, how do you know that? I said, yes, I know it's not their fault. The technicians are not given tools to work. How can they work?
me ku technician ku sinti sa bagasa man ko rok nya bu ko to me roke.
I told him, in fact, I'm going to my house. I'll pack my baggage and come to the state house.
Yeah, no, me jukanyo tane nya njombe jo be simbe mo pack sa bagasa sumbo pibil mo ko ranya.
That was around 7 o'clock in the evening.
Kankano watati 7 sa fitire.
When I went,
ni jomi.
He said, yes, tell me, what do you want? I took out the requisition and showed it to him. These technicians have wrote a request to the MD. But the MD said he's not going to approve it until he goes to South Africa and come back.
But MD approve and we can renew.
So if the equipment got blown in the absence of the MD, what do you expect the technicians?
Yeah, si bagasa si blow nya di bilang kapati MD nya bu not mekane bu eto mekane.
He said, hey, you are right.
Na mi ha nukonko.
He called Azadunya Sidi.
Asked
her to release those people immediately and let them go back home. And tomorrow he will deal with the MD. He gave him the requisition and went home. And after a long period, I met with one of them. He said, do you know him? I said, no, I don't know. He said, I am the one who was working for Gamtel, and I was arrested. I don't I don't want people to be taking advantage on others.
Well, all that may very well be true. But during your time too, illegal detentions used to happen.
When I was DG, every morning if I reach the office, my first point of call would be at the investigation. If I meet anybody sitting there, what I do is I ask the person, not the officer. What I do here? Somebody brought me here because I owe him money. Take your things and leave the office. And then I advise the officer. It's not a collection center, it's not a police. Police. Civil matters don't go to the police. What
did it stop?
During my time here, it stopped.
Well, it's quite obvious that during your time as Deputy DG and DG, there were still illegal detentions going on.
He says matiko non la komi erunge non la komi deputy DG non la komi DG tu kula ke so fe bakana ban kant di buro
unless if it happens and I was not aware.
Sometimes
if I travel and such things happen, I wouldn't know. Before I come back, those people are released. So I wouldn't know. But while I am here, anybody you bring, you must tell me why. Otherwise, you join him. All the officers know that. All the officers at the agency knows that I'm not going to condone such things. When I left the office, when I was arrested,
do you realize that a part of the book dealing with the period where you were Director General disappeared?
I don't know. Even myself, when I was arrested, you know what happened? He arrested me and asked me what have I done. I said, well, even if I kill somebody, you think I'll come here and tell you I killed somebody? You arresting me, you must tell me what have I done? Why I'm here?
Yeah, but Kenya ni waka ni mko sofi. Neno awasof minja wara murigi wani kan andi buje. Afa wala wara ko matiko ananu buje mo kam ni sofi. But asofa me no la yule be kengi waka ni ko sofi.
We are coming to your arrest immediately. That was the next topic to look into. But was this normal that people would be arrested and the reason for their arrest is not even known to those who conducted the arrest?
It is not normal.
Was it occurring frequently?
Not always, but it used to happen.
How many times were you arrested?
3 times.
And can you tell us the times you were arrested? Give us details of each incident.
My first arrest was in May 2004.
So I went
to work at Birkama, I closed.
Perhaps maybe we should start from your sacking at the NIA.
I was redeployed with immediate effect. And I reported at Birkama.
Tell us what happened. Your redeployment.
What happened was, I was in London. I was sitting with the High Commissioner, Mr. Jibril Juve, in his office.
The High Commissioner, Jibril Juve.
Then the then DPP, Ajim, called. Wherever you call me, get me. He told me, where are you? I said, well, I'm not in the Gambia. Then he said, well, I wanted us to discuss about Baba Job's case. But I don't know how will I take it up. I told him, DPP. You know me, DPP. You are the legal advisor of the president. How come me and on me on who secondly, it is the ports that have a problem with Baba Job, not Yajame. So if you said you don't want to go to court with Baba Job, go and discuss with the president. But first of all, call the IG who was then landing 13 Baji. But follow discuss with him. IG and landing 13 Baji. When he called 13 Baji and discussed with him, Nana called me 13 Baji Marego. Because it was 13 who arrested Baba Job. Then he mistakenly he told 13 that I've just discussed with Mr. Kujabi and he asked me to see you before we go to the president. Then 13 told him, if there is no need, I will go to the president and I'll tell him. When Tati went to the president, I was in UK. He told Yajame that on the whole, Abdoulie is twisting the DPP's arm not to take Baba Job to court.
How do you know that?
I have an insider in State House who told me. And what I responded was, the reason why he is doing that because he thinks he is an NIA director. He is powerful. But I will redeploy him.
Power at the time belonged to Yajame, wasn't it?
But he referred that to
answer the question.
Yes.
Power at the time belongs to Yaya Jammeh.
Yes, that's true.
So anybody in the system who exercised power that he did not like would be taken as an affront to his own power.
Yeah,
that's true.
And therefore he would deal with you.
And he dealt with me, honestly.
Tell us how.
I came back from London on Sunday. Yaya came back from the Commonwealth in Nigeria on Monday. On Tuesday, I went to his office to brief him my mission in London.
In front
of the Secretary General Alungom.
Secretary General Alungom.
And I went back to my office. At night, I went to his house, we sat, we blew attire. We ate some roast meat. I went home. On Wednesday, around between 3 and 4, Baba Marina came to my office. And he said, "Hey, I have a letter for you." Then he produced the deployment letter. And then he wanted to be nice. I said, "No, don't worry. I've seen the letter. I will give you the keys because they say with immediate effect. Hold the key to the office. Tomorrow we meet here. I do my handing over."
Parce que letter on rek woni ñame kañum bidi mo mbugbil mi seni ci bagage
you can keep it tomorrow. I took my car and the letter. I went to the State House. When I went, I was announced. I entered his office. I met him bending his head down. I told him, "Sir, I've got this letter now. And it is not from a messenger. Somebody who is supposed to take over from me." Are you aware of this? He said, "Yes, you know, I want you to go to Brikama, my politics." I said, "Stop there. It is not what happened. Somebody told you something against me. Tell."
He lied to you.
No, don't take it.
He lied to you.
Yeah. I told him, between you and me, today is going to be the last day for you to see me, to sit with me eye to eye. I know that. Those people that I tell you against me, you will come to know it later. I said, "I'm going. That's what I came to tell you." Then when I reached at my house, he called my wife, trying to say, "You see, your husband is angry." Blah, blah, blah. I told my wife to get away from it. Let him not even interfere. This is between me and Yaya Jammeh.
Did you feel betrayed?
Yeah. Even if he asked me to go back to that place, I will never go back there.
Why did you feel betrayed?
One, the way and manner letter was brought to me was wrong. I was with him on Tuesday. Up to the night. Nothing, he didn't tell me anything about this development. Just for Marina to bring a letter. That's why I felt it.
But that was normal.
It was not normal.
That's how Yaya Jammeh used to do things.
Other people, yes, but not to me. Not to me.
Do you think that you were also part of the royal family? You deserve a different treatment from everybody else?
Mantos of Matiko, ula kola ko di kanumanjone kuwali wali yaji me fasim fakon ban awartakani fasanyana kana mikaki.
Yes, I am Yaya's cousin, first cousin for that matter.
And therefore you deserve better treatment compared to...
You would have told me. You would have told me in advance before. In such a way.
Then at least you are lucky they did not send special operations to come and slap you around and push you around to get you.
That time, nobody dares to touch me.
You are powerful.
Now what happened is, I told him, look, if you ask me to go and clean the streets of Banjul, that will be the interest of the Gambia and you, I will do it for you. I'm not following you because of position.
It was not for position, it was blind loyalty.
That's
true.
Do you see a problem with that? That our public officers would be blindly loyal to the head of state. The loyalty should be to the constitution and the law of the country. It should be to the state and not the individual.
Completely different from my case.
And why is that?
I am of the same blood with Yaya Jammeh. If there is anything to go by, I think I owe that respect from him.
And do you see the impropriety, well, I wouldn't say illegality, but the inappropriateness of your appointment in the first place, seeing fully well that you did not have the qualifications to become Director General, and he appointed you to that position simply because you were his cousin, and therefore you just owe him blind loyalty.
Mantenu jujuk ujiker tate wafan manya akankam ban warte fankan fala yemi na sen place na seni murung let matiko aw no baba waitaw karan lende ye lindinto bare matiko miji wali batia ye ka maseni.
Not only that,
and to your cap.
When I was working in the civil service years before Yaya, I was not there. Something terrible would have been happening in this country. I had to stop everything because he knew I knew the country better than him. He has never been a civil servant.
But the point I am trying to make here is this tit for tat compensation of family members. By appointing them to positions that they were not qualified for, in exchange for this blind loyalty. To the extent that there is blind loyalty to the political leader, even if it means violating the laws of the country. Do you see a problem with that?
No.
Honey?
Are you serious?
Malagan.
Yes.
And this is what you stood for.
And tak fujuma fiya tofam me.
And that is why we had unbridled power in this country. That's why we had a dictatorship.
Yeka mubaja semba numanjone ewarte bajo ban pop mubaja waf arunga numanjone furuma fola kep fofu jumen.
See, country, with the little experience I have, both in the civil service and in public,
Sure.
I played a very important role by going close to Yaya Jammeh. Everybody knows about it.
Yes, but we are also concerned about the illegalities and the abuse of power. Are you happy with that situation?
I am not. I am not happy.
But this was abuse of power.
Well, yeah, as I told you, the uniform is down, but the mind is still a military mind. I'll finish with it.
Well, the purpose of the Trrc is to ensure never again that these things would happen in our country. And that's why we're interrogating these things. The fact that people are appointed to positions that they are not qualified for, the fact that people are just bribed with positions because they are family members in order to buy their loyalty, the fact that the laws of this country are not giving, they're honored more in their breach than in their observance.
But wakame fagman Trrc ye ejune ye me wanuma wafamu njone baje mbajo balcha kutakumlani bajo furi ba fankore ge never again takumlani bajo benen wajo mi de estimate ano place di wanuma njone lunde la eri mutugo ananuma njone jiwoli wal misama place wala engare place ya mu ubala firiya keken.
Sometimes it may not even be family members, but people that are loyal to him, they can give you positions just to strengthen your loyalty with him and your family members or whatever.
Niki kantu mateko ande bukana kanuma nimeko kuogede bare bukana numna jikere hani ananuma njime kupulo tutinga konsa elupia konsa bar numango ma ban karambe nolonde panseni palasi.
Do you find a problem with that?
Big problem.
After you stop benefiting from it, it's now a big problem.
That's why I told you I have been fighting the little I can to stop certain things. If I am enjoying, I will just let things go. Whoever is facing the problem, let him face it. I will say it's not my business, but no.
Anja lemo wato big bukana kadra mbe mitingo ni rambe ni wala ni joko na mane kane warante kan pani ni kato man ngol akan banne ni khani ta warante kamo.
We have received a lot of evidence here that this pattern continued at the NIA. People were being recruited even though they did not have the qualifications, and they were appointed to positions for which they were not qualified.
That is true. The witness who testified, the Alamin Dawo, was employed as a security guard. To hear that he is an officer. Many of them are there. But yes.
Don't you see that one of the reasons for the poor performance, consistent of, say the underdevelopment of this country is partly because of the fact that this country, we depend on completely unqualified people to lead this country in several respects. Yes. I mean the government, the public service.
Mantenu cross matiko fully matafe mansa. Wakam esukele to by Joe Fachule. Ye me kankungere mankurok. Kuseneliti buraka matiko Lendeli erinoto, bare kambanjorak tika valora kukanami. Ye kan esuke ngante Joe Fachule.
That is true. Because a lot of systems that were happening during the colonial time and the First Republic were not happening now.
Nowadays,
you apply for, you sit for a government entrance, you go to the clerical school for 9 months, you are trained to become a clerical assistant, but nothing is happening now. And no matter you go for probation for 3 good months before your appointment is confirmed. This is not happening now.
No, kungarija broka buko bejo ku karangi ya ku manja ku je ku isini broka mam ko botam buko ekane bikitim ku commencer broka par ñu yole do ekan.
Now let's go to your first arrest.
Nyambu jabe nan ku sofin butir.
You have been moved from NIA as Director General and then
Brikama as Commissioner.
Kupureni puren tatu NIA nan lokomi Director General.
But even in this appointment, would you agree that it was also a favor to you as a family member?
Hani plus yang kuseni nyafang mante pusong matiko koba seneri matiko kuma mambe karamneni mati au anati dimbaya.
Even the position of a cleaner, as long as I'm receiving salary, is a favor.
Hani yang kutaba plus anu manyi awena jawena. Komu kuwe cha membo fulenga. Yo ngipitik matiko jajak.
I am sure that you are much more qualified for the position of cleaner.
Whatever.
But for the position of commissioner, don't you think that was also just a favor to you, considering you are a family member?
But 95% of my predecessors at the commissioner's office, I am far better than them.
Well, that shows how rotten the system was, doesn't it? Do you agree?
Depends on who appointed who and what.
We are talking about the president appointing his relatives and friends who he knows are not qualified for those positions to which they are appointed.
True.
Do you think that is right?
If you put the experience behind, it is not right, but sometimes what you are doing, dedication, I mean, it's okay.
Well, the reason why you are able to, this is the same answer that Lamin Dabo gave us. And you are here laughing of his appointment as an officer. Well, he was appointed more than an officer. He was appointed officer commanding. So that signals how bad the system was. In your view, should this be corrected for the betterment of this country?
Of course, yes.
So you would agree with me that at minimum, the people who are appointed to positions should and must be qualified to man those positions.
What a puri bodinje matiko ko war kuseno plus murok de mansa waru baj waita manjo ise se matiko awlundo yeri reto.
What is the essence of learning? Yes.
Kam mina fight ka karanga ngole kam
And for an institution like the National Intelligence Agency,
National Intelligence Agency,
the importance of these officers meeting the educational requirements is critical.
You
agree with that?
Yes, I agree.
Okay, now, for how long did you serve as governor?
January, February, March, April, May.
January,
2 weeks.
And then what happened?
I was terminated.
Tell us what happened before you were terminated.
I was arrested by the NIA personnel, but the team was led by Major Bajinka, the state guard.
What does that tell you?
That he is instructed.
And then what happened when you were arrested?
I was taken to the NIA.
Tell me, Mr. Witness, was it really lawful that you were arrested by Major Badinka and taken to the NIA?
I don't know what they were told, but when I came out, I saw a lot of cars, the NIA, and this Badinka surrounding my house.
Military police, NIA.
Major Badinka was a bodyguard to Yaya Jammeh, wasn't he?
Major Badinka
state guard commander in those days.
I'm state guard commander.
And his job description was to remain at State House and be close to the president to protect him. In essence, he had no business interfering with you.
Let me tell you one interesting thing. Yaya called me in my house line. We spoke. He said, I have not seen you for days. I said, well, I'm busy in trying to set up certain things, blah, blah. I said, whenever you are ready, just come. When I put the telephone down, just for Bajinka to know that Abdullah is there, going. Then Bajinka came in and said, I am asked to come and pick you. I said, I'm just talking to the president. You want to confirm that I'm here. Let's go.
President Abdoulie
in essence, you're telling the commission that Yaya Jammeh engineered your arrest?
Oh, yeah. Yes. Yes.
And then he called to find out whether you are there in the house?
Yes.
And by which time he had already organized for your house to be surrounded. And to ensure that you are indeed nabbed, he sent his personal security to come and pick you up.
I will tell you something also very interesting. When I was taken to the NIA, Marina said, wait, let me talk to the president. He spoke, came, and said, I was told that you are spoiling the president's name in the West Coast. But I have to detain you here. I said, okay, no problem. But I want to know what did I say That is spoiling the president's name. And where and when? Even though you do not tell me who told you. He said, no, we are not told, but we are told that you are spoiling his name. I was standing, Captain Baji, the IG was standing, Jeso, the deputy was there, and Abdoulie, they were also there. And then they took me to one of the rooms and they left. I spent the night in NI. So interesting, in the morning, when they came, they said they are going to take me to the house. They want to search my house. I said, what precisely do you want from my house? He said, anyway, when we reach, you will know. When we arrived in the house, the president was looking for something. On the whole, the bag that is containing my duties is the one they wanted to take.
You had a bag load of
I said, open it, you know. When you open it and saw the duties, you return it. Yes, I am taking this one along. I said, okay, the police officer put the bag on his shoulder.
Yeah, a police on a bag and in the cabanda cola.
He left my bedroom. He fell down until he nearly fainted.
Why was that?
I don't know. You're going to take the bag. I said, I know this is what you came for. We went outside. Every driver said the bag is not going to his car. I said, my friend, don't play with me. Abdullah has so many Jesus. Go and bring them before he comes something one driver volunteered. Anyway, I'm just a driver. I said, my friend, nothing will happen to you. And he put the bag in the car. He go back to Band. They went straight to the police. He went to the serious crime. And when Tatin Baji knew I was there, he called the guys and said, take this man back to the NI. This is not our case. Then they took me back to the NI.
And the bag?
Then with the bag. They just put the bag at the corner far from me. And then they did not allow anyone to touch it. I spent 2 nights there. Thursday night, Marina sent Ngur Sheka to come and release me to take me home. And then he said, sir, about your bag. I said, I did not bring it here. So who brought the bag should take it back. I'm not going to take it. So I went home. My nephew who was working for them.
Working for who?
For the NIA, he's a driver. Marina called him to say, look, take your uncle's bag home because nobody is there to talk to, and you are a relative. Called me. He said, okay, bring my bag back. And he took my bag and brought it home.
And were you told, were you ever given the information you requested about your arrest?
That
was what they told me, that you are spelling the president's name. That was all.
How soon after that were you arrested again?
What mutumbe ngare dan kulang ko sa
in 2005.
Ang jambe emitan ko in 2005.
But before you get to that, did you bring a bag of juju with you here today?
Yeah, balaw di nga bo. Bag it sa ka bangalo mo building. Me hani.
Well, thank God.
I was about to end the meeting.
Ale what kanya no ngal nga meeting na beka jumi follow.
I would have shown it to Esa before.
I am the problem, isn't it?
What happened is when that was the day my brother was arraigned before a magistrate court in Birkama.
Which of your brothers?
Gisaja Kujabi. That was the day he was released on bail. While we were in Birkama, James was called to the NI that they want to see him.
James who? James who?
James
Kujabi, my younger brother.
James Kujabi
Now in the US. He was detained there.
From US.
And Ansuman, when we came with my brother to his house,
Pakistan,
the NIA and the police went for Ansumana.
NIA, the police, no
my brother.
Ansumana or Popatio.
The wife called while we were sitting in my brother's house.
The
police are here for you.
And the police are called.
He went. He was arrested and taken to mobile police.
So easy. James Kujabi, your brother, arrested and taken to the NIA.
James Kujabi ati kusafo saf kutebobe NIA.
And Ansumana Kujabi arrested and taken to?
He spent the night in the mobile police.
Mobile police.
Every morning he was transferred to Sarengai.
Sarengai.
And that day, the following day, at night, they came for me. All the police and the NIA said I'm under arrest.
Police, they
said they are taking me to the NIA. When we arrived at mile 2, I saw them coughing inside mile 2. And the gate of the mile 2 was open. People entered. They asked me to come down. I said no. Not the NIA you told me that you are taking me to. I'm not going to stop. All the NIA officers went out of the vehicle using telephone calls all over. I was sitting quietly looking at them. 1 hour, they didn't come back. One prison officer by the name of Musa Keta, he was a PO.
Prison officer.
He was on duty that day. These people, even if we spend the night here, they will never go back or take it to the NI. They will spend the night with you in the car. We are going to the NI. It is not there. I wanted to confirm that what they told me is a lie. And I went down. And they took their vehicle off.
Was there any paperwork done to admit you into the prison?
A small sheet of paper that the prisons normally sign, fill and sign. The officers a copy and they retain a copy.
Was there any legal authority given to the prison for your detention?
Nothing as such.
Budget.
So for how long were you detained at the prison?
2 months, 1 week.
In the meantime, what happened to Jasaja?
Jasaja was arrested again while he was in his farm in the wrong. By the NIA personnel. They brought him to the NIA where he was detained. But his wife normally takes lunch to him. One day, he took lunch, and he was told that your husband was released last night. He called me. I told him to wait for me at the gate of the NIA. I'm coming. When I went, I met the security guards there. I told them, look in your register and tell me what time my brother was released here. It was 12 midnight. And I called Marina. I said, Marina, with all the years we spent together here, nobody has ever been released after 7 o'clock in the morning. And I understand that Jasaja was released at 12 midnight. And when you called the security to release him, there was a tinted vehicle standing at the gate with no number plate. What
does that signify?
I told him, what does that mean? He said, well, those are the people that is taking him to Funi. I told him, but your guards, your security guards asked those people, but they did not want to talk. So is this normal? So he said, well, I'm only acting on the instruction. Okay.
From who?
I don't know. I said, anyway.
But from who could the instructions have come from?
From President Jammeh. From President, sorry. Then I told him, look, a day will come when you will remember what I am telling you today. Yaya will never believe you until you forget Abdoulie Kujabi. Let me tell you this. We are related, but you are just a co-worker, a mere worker. And he is what it means.
Were you predicting his ultimate end with Yaya Jammeh?
Oh yes, yes.
What did you expect would happen to him?
I know if he did not sack him and arrested, he will be a victim like others.
Were you wrong?
I was not wrong. When I met Marina in Mile 2 when I was arrested, third time.
Let's stick with the Jasaja issue for now.
Follow.
And did you see Jasaja again?
Up to today, I have not seen or heard anything about him. Those soldiers who were testifying here, that's how we knew.
And what did you learn from those soldiers who testified?
They said it was Salamanjang who took Yajama from and killed him. Who took who? Isaja. From Koni Salamanjang. The family gathered and we bought some color and make charity for him and
no
forget about
it.
And how did you feel when you heard this information?
The Sergeant is from the same mother and father with me. That is why, because of the commission, that's why I'm talking, but I don't even talk about him anymore. People that did this are not in town. That is why it is difficult for somebody to talk. But if they are here, before you people call me here, I would have done something terrible than whatever people expected.
Like what?
Kill them like that. That's all. Somebody kill your parents and come here and say, I did it, I'm seeking for forgiveness. What does that mean?
But you had an experience with Sana Manjang. You know definitely that this was not Sanya Manjang acting alone. He was acting under instructions.
When I was released, from prison, I went to Dakar and came back after 3 years. I met with Sanamanjang in Kamfenda. He did not recognize me. And I told him, Sana, do you know me? He said, no. He said, I want you to go into my car. We go, we take a road to Kanila. I want to explain something for you. One of the officers, he came, told him, this is Abdoulie Kujabi. If you go, you are dead. I told him, you and I, from here till the end of the world, be ready. Either you or me, one of us will die. I told you. But you heard from the soldiers that they took instructions from Yaya Jammeh. Even if they take instructions from God, what they were doing it on their own. Because one, how can you take alcohol, mix all the 3 strong alcohol and drink just to feel nothing against anybody? From mile 2, just to face the panel, they will touch you down, touch you.
But we will come to that. We will come to that. All of you people are basically the same. Because all of you, by reason of your blind loyalty to Yaya Jammeh, whether you took drugs or not, you were all doing what he wanted. Of course, to varying degrees. Some were doing the killing. Some were doing the illegal detentions. Some were doing the tortures. Some were doing the forcible evictions. All these people did because of their blind loyalty to Yaya Jammeh. Knowing fully well that what they were doing was unlawful. That's true, isn't it?
Let us all pray for the existence of this TRC. If it was not for the TRC, some of the people are talking today, they will never see an eye to talk.
Well, we are happy that you are praising the TRC. We are all after the truth for the Gambian people to know what has happened.
It is only the TRC where somebody is bold enough to stand and say, I killed Mr. X, And then I'm asking for forgiveness.
You would agree that those people who killed your brother on the instructions and the authority of Yaya Jammeh.
Bare pulusong matiko bukano kanumanjon ko kubujuma ati kubuja ti matiko yaje maseni furi mafia kama ko kamam.
It's true because they said it was sent. They were sent by Jamiso.
And how do you feel? We know you said if Sana Manjang was here, you would retaliate, you would kill him. What do you say about Yaya Jammeh?
Banmura rek matiko nen kan Sana Manjang o mentate jat puliso folu buj. Nya Yaya Jammeh do.
You see, council, what I'm praying for is
just answer the question.
Yeah, I'm coming. What I'm praying for is for all these people to come back to this country. Then we will know. No, now that they are not here, we said, I've forgiven them.
But would you forgive Yaya Jammeh if he were to ask for forgiveness?
If it warranted, yes.
How about Sana?
Same thing applies. If he thinks what he did, not only for my brother, but for me myself. So and
I know James is in the US. Nothing happened to him.
James on the US. He
was detained.
Yes, that's what I'm coming to. Do you know whether he was tortured?
James
he was not tortured.
How about Ansumana?
Ansumana?
Only psychological torture. Imagine from here to Sarangai, 25 kilometers from that alone is torture.
And where is Ansumana now?
We just spoke this morning.
And during that detention, did anything happen to you? This is your second detention.
Nothing happened to me.
But you were there for over 2 months. During that period, were you allowed to see a lawyer?
Not even my family, let alone a lawyer.
And you know that that was a violation of your rights?
Yes, that's true.
But you also know that that was the system. That was the system in the government that you worked.
When I spent more than 1 month in Mile 2, I asked permission to go and see Taba Marin and DG at the NIA.
You mean to tell us that you were allowed to leave Mile 2 prisons to go to...
I was escorted by the prison officers.
But do you know that that is very abnormal?
I beg for it and they agree.
Royal family receiving different treatment?
Whether others have it or not, I don't know. But for me, because I was there, I don't even know what crime. So when I went to Marina, I said, I am here for more than a month getting I don't know my crime. Can you tell me? The president said you are stubborn. So I have to go to Mile 2. I'm waiting for you there. Whenever you are ready, you come for me.
So your crime this time round was you were stubborn.
That's what Marina told me.
But I see one interesting feature of your arrest and detention. It was not just you, it was almost the men in one family.
Barani baba juafa ni ikosi di basofera ban kusofera mun kutabi kunen let au bare kunine kanumanjone tu jiwali walde arungu.
What I gathered from sources about Ansumana and James.
Ansumana kuye Ansumana di James.
There was a day they went to Casamas.
Bajifunak nang kujombe be Casamas.
So on their way back, they passed to a village to see an old man.
An old Sering, is it?
An old man.
Was the
that man is a relative of ours. And when they came back, Yaya Jame's nephew, Asistamba, went to Casamas, passed through that village, and he was told by the old man that Ansumana and James were here and they came from Sienso and they are going home. When Assis came, and Assis he told Yaya Jame that these people went to see a Marabout who will deprive you from the Europeans. That was why Ansumana and James were arrested. And the following day, the same Assis told him that if you leave Abdoulie behind, he's the most dangerous person. Let him go. That is how I was arrested. But we are all released the same day.
After 2 months. 2 months.
Someday.
But you see that this was also Yaya Jame's modus operandi. He would attack a whole family. Some he would reward and the others he would punish.
But I know you Yaya Jame lako bakana bola pa soft family tu bukaku panga aseni waf asumuya ni juseli bukaku na alone buko.
I personally told James to go back to America and live for Shia because he is Yaya's mate and I know him. He doesn't take nonsense for anybody other than even Yaya. I told him just go and allow us to stay. Whatever happened,
US.
That's how he went back.
But my question was, Yaya Jame would attack a family. He would divide the family. Some he would reward and others he would punish.
But when he came, Yaya Jame pajo beri kan manjana kuola or family yakon ma ati ken bukaku na akani ejak.
Well, he did that to my family.
But I can't come and
his own family.
And your family,
Tell us about it.
You heard about Mercy and Aruna. They were of the same father and mother. Living in one, the same father and mother.
And what happened to them?
I understand they were also killed by people who testified here.
At the instructions of Yaya Jame?
Yeah, because what happened is, when Aruna was arrested, the sister confronted Yaya to know Aruna's whereabouts. That night, the sister disappeared.
He killed her.
What they said, they testified.
Did you know these people before?
Very well. They are one of their brothers is still there.
Have you seen or heard from them since, Mercy and Haruna?
Wala mujanjam mwali.
No.
In a sense,
when Aruna was arrested in Kanilai, they passed through Dabong.
Aruna nang kusufo ni Kanilai. Koba uye Dabong.
With Aruna brought them to the state, to the NI.
Kunga libedi NI.
So Haruna was Your brother was arrested soon after Haruna. And
Same day.
The same day.
They brought Haruna from Kanilai. The Kujabi, one Usman Kamba, and bring them.
And that was the last time the families heard about them.
Yeah, me. That
was the last time.
How do you feel that in your own family, Yaya Jammeh has killed 3 people?
Very bad.
Would you forgive him?
That is not for me to say, but the family. Elders, I have old men. They decide on him. I'm a small boy. In the midst of the family, cannot decide anything on behalf of the family.
But now let's talk about you. He did not even spare you, did he?
No. But I have also a family, and it is the family that can decide on my fate.
But
Give this man, I will forgive. Don't forgive, I will not forgive.
The camera people seem to be focusing on me. Perhaps when the witness answers, the witness should be showed to be answering. Thank you. He moved on to you after your brother and your cousin. Your cousins, for that matter.
Yes.
No. You were again arrested.
No. That was in 2006.
2006.
That is the attempted coup of Nducham. After 1 week, one fine Saturday, that was the day of Setsetal. Around 1 o'clock, soldiers came to my house. And he said, sir, we are asked to come and pick you. I told them I was waiting for you. Then they asked me whether I knew about my arrest. I said yes. You are calling me to abscond, run. I said I'm not going anywhere. Those people that are telling lies, change their lies to be true because Abdoulie is not here. He did it, that's why he ran away. I'm not that type. So we went up, so I boarded their car. When we went up to Kamalo, they told me that they said we should take you to prisons. They will take you to NI and face the panel.
Fatika jom nutebe bebabu ina mbujo lakodi ekafayanko jumem yanko.
I was in mile 2 from Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday night.
Ya njumdo di mile 2 kabiri di samedi be mante be funakafe arabaye fokarai.
And soldiers came and opened my cell.
No military ko bibi ko wumbu sele wumbu.
Do you recognize them?
Mante no umanji man.
Yes, Salamanjang and group.
Salamanjang di kafayola.
And who were the other members of the group? The team that came to remove you.
Salmanjang was there. Malik Jata was there. Michael Korea was there. But Tafa Sane and others were at the conference room.
But Tafa Sane or the Kupala go to the conference
room. They normally put handcuffs on people. Now, when I came out from the security wing, and Senator told the prisoner, is this Abdoulie Kujabi? Yes. Then he kicked my this toe. It dislocated.
Which part of your foot are you saying? Or the ankle?
The ankle.
Ankle.
So I couldn't walk. I had to slim up to the. When I reached the conference room, I put my hands behind my back. Put the hanger. Even now you can see the marks of the hanger. It started bleeding blood. And then
how did that feel?
Horrible. And they put me inside the car and took me to the NIA. When we arrived at the NIA, it was the same Sana who called me and pulled me out of the vehicle.
What was his mental state at the time?
He was drunk.
How do you know that?
Well, in the vehicle I was sitting, there's a 20 liter of palm wine and mixed with other stuffs. And then there's a cup. If they walk, then you see somebody in front of them. When we arrived at the conference, at the reception in the NIA, and he said, you Abdoulie Kujabi. Sama finta dobong anata jobong kanilai. And look at him.
What did you understand him to mean?
Wana furi na reginya nyama abu mustafa ko
dobong anata jio bin jio fete kanilai bon
imiteri men kanilai mejo elup dobong.
That means what I was aspiring did not work according to what he said. Everything is synthetic, so I cannot be. That means we are only seeing the clouds, but the rain is happening in Kanilai.
You can only have false hopes.
I did not answer. Then Tumultamba came and said, you must tell us all the marabouts you went. I told him, look, you are a small boy to me. Don't ever play with me. Think of yourself, not me. And Musa Jame was holding a big hammer. Then he said, if you don't talk the truth, I'm going to blow your head. Look at Musa. I said, I sympathize with you. Two of you will not live to tell this story. What happened? Then, Sana Manjang, light a cigarette. And burn all my eyebrows.
You mean your eyelids, huh?
Yeah, the bruises, the eyelids, yeah. And the smoke. The ashtray is in my body.
Musa Jame, what was his state of mind?
Musa Jame, what I
standing holding a hammer.
Were all of them drunk?
No, we are not. Ismail Jame told this man, Salamanjang, this boy brought us up. I know him very well.
Manjo man fang.
Even if he kills a person and nobody was there, if you ask him, he will tell you, yes, I did it. Stop maltreating him. Nearly quarreled there. Ismail cocked his pistol. And then Tumble intervened.
No tumbula no kemitoro.
Ismaila went out.
Ismaila no na purumi majo.
Then they took me behind reception.
No kutabambeba banya de bulenka bate lupe na kwal nem kujabranga.
They asked me to lie on my stomach.
No kuloba no kone finto fimo.
Then Sanamanjang.
Ya Sanamanjang.
Malik Jata.
Oh Malik Jata. Michael Korea.
Started picking me up until I became unconscious. And they dragged me up. I couldn't speak. They dragged me back.
Not so fast. Let's take it step by step. What were they using to beat you?
Hose pipes.
Hose pipe.
At this time, were you free in your movement?
All my hands were hung up behind, and the key is left at mile 2.
So how did you come to lie down on your stomach?
They pushed me. I fell on it.
How many of them were beating you?
3.
Did they at any point in time cover your head with anything?
No, they did not cover my head.
For how long were you beaten, if you can estimate?
Between 30 minutes to 45 minutes.
I know that you said you fainted. During that period, were you at any point in time slightly conscious of events that were going on around you?
Yes, when they dragged me up to the panel, I heard what they said
for the who?
For the body. What is this? How can you expect somebody to speak in this condition?
Mr. Witness, at this stage, before that, did Fode ask you a question? Or did anybody ask you a question?
Nobody asked me. I only asked for water. I fainted again.
So what this conversation that you are recounting now, how did you come to know about it if you were unconscious while you were before the panel?
Nya kasanken kanura genya met ko konu jame fode asanken nanura batunda ya mukalam tafangafia bunu kana moja mante kalam takalam tafangafia.
I was not conscious that time because that's why I asked for water.
What actually do you know today? Mona nilai mkuno melamira. Wana nirami melam na kusema melamira nuni lambino.
So those are the beatings.
So teke akuteka miriri.
So this statement about Fode Bari, how did you come to know about it?
I heard him before I asked for water. Then this man, General Tamba, told him, stop this talk because if Musa Jame hears you, he will report it to Yajam and you will be in trouble.
The General Tamba Minano Mikuyola Kasankana Santonia. Musa Jami Jamum, Pana Ajaragi Yajam, Ban Arugama, Kuipia Quality out.
That's what General Tamba told Fode Bari.
Did you hear this conversation, or was this conversation recounted to you later?
I heard about it, and it was again repeated to me again by Fode.
But these panel members, were they aware that you were tortured?
Bare bukana ke pale ne mante kuma manyati ko koba
all of them knew that I was tortured. Because I was dragged up without even, I cannot even walk. They hold my hand and drag me up. Sit or so when I drank water, I became uncle. Then they took me down, put me in a vehicle. I didn't even know until I woke up the following morning and saw myself in my cell in my room. At that time, even if you ask the security officer, they will tell you that he's dead. Just waiting for them to announce his death. Nobody knew that I was unconscious.
And when you came to, what injuries did you notice you sustained? My ankle,
my bodies were all with blood all over. And I was there from, even if I want to go to the bathroom, they have to hold me. Even if I drink water, I will vomit. Cannot even eat food. From Wednesday night, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, I was the Egyptian doctor who normally goes round. I was where the doctor was. As soon as he saw me, he requested the ambulance to take me to the hospital immediately. Then I was taken to the hospital and admitted at the emergency and accident. And I was given 15 bottles of drips. Then I started walking on a wheelchair. Even my sister, who was working at the RVS, every day she will boil water and and if he's bathing me, I will feel some hot liquid behind me, then I know he's crying. I told him, after spending some time in the hospital, an uncle of mine of the same name with me died in the hospital. Whole country thought it was Abdoulie Kujabi. He come from Dakar to Dobong.
Did any people from the government inquire as to what happened to you? Susan
Wafa Ogu, the minister, came. Then when he came, he saw an empty bed. She passed. Then she sent the orderly to ask the nurse the person who was in the bed. And the nurse said it is Abdoulie Kujabi sitting down there. Then they called me. came, he said, I've come to see you. I told Susan, do not lie, because you are sent by the president because you heard of my death. I am still alive.
No, me Susan enta mogajo. Parce ngiri mo matiko. President wa bongili.
I told him, if you come to see me with this condition and I is not aware, today you are sacked.
Niko nino au kanya au bibi bejo kinye. Bani ya mangi tumata au bibi abonyilti au jat ko beka kesori broka bol.
He said, no, don't take it that way. I said, yes.
Nino mi nano mi hani le motak musof momu nino mo.
He gave me 300. I said, I'm not receiving any money here.
I don't want
to see you here again. Then she left.
Stories circulated around town that you were blind or paralyzed.
I was never blind, but I was sitting in a wheelchair for more than a month. I was doing some physiotherapist at the RVH. Up to now, I'm still having that problem in my back. You asked me to walk from here to the office. That is why I'm still taking my treatment. 3 years in Dakar.
This is some 15 years ago.
I spent 1 year 10 months in the hospital in mile 2. When I was admitted in the RVH, I was not discharged. Dr. Pachanjay came and told me that we are asked to release you and send you back to mile 2.
Doctor Njan calling Pacha.
Just do it before you lose your job.
You know me. I want
them to write an undertaking that you are not discharged, but they requested. So that if anything happens tomorrow, we'll know what to tell you. Did they
do it?
Junior officer signed my return to prison. Not the Secretary refused, the State Guard Commander refused, the CDS refused.
CDS nalat, Secretary General.
Nobody take responsibility.
Hani akona manguta sign keta. Ko basina ana nomanja nyila sekunde man sekunda mamba sa. Esi anosa na manguta beka roko no so to mebaje. Wato kankande buko tu kukuli.
Because what they said was the AU is coming, they are sort of hands, blah blah blah. So I should go back every week. They should bring me to for treatment. I said no. The people that normally come to see me. Somebody told Ajami that I used to have a lot of visitors. It's not safe, so they have to take me back.
But with regards to your torture, who do you think is ultimately responsible?
I must have given them instructions. Let me tell you, my relationship, my problem with Yaya was not lack of, whether not executing the job properly or going against his orders. No.
Inge baje kolya dia jambe kantu mante broka moy kantu bojak mante imangutol di imdaola
because of my popularity
man kamme karasa kumbo kankam kujamo jamo fang
and that is in me since I was a small boy.
When inge do kankan na momu di baje rek
wherever I go with a lot of crowd.
No saringe inge bukana ke men.
When I was redeployed to Birkama. Now I should go around my my division we set a date started from Kalaji coming to the Kombo. When we left Sibano coming to Ndemban, we met with Yaya Jame's convoy going to Kanilai. Started counting my vehicles. The vehicles that were following me at the entrance. Because the vehicles were more than 50. When we reached in Kanila and I was in Faraba, he called me. He said, but your this store is too many people. I said, yes. We are doing also reconciliation. There are people who are angry among themselves, and we have to talk to them so that they can reconcile. The way he sounded, I knew he was not happy. And I called James. Told him, the president has called me, but I know he's not happy with what he saw. Then when I completed my tour, the CDS Babakar Jata went to State House, and said, oh, the president. Abdullah's meeting in Tujereng. It was even more than when you came there. And then he started laughing. He didn't know that the man is not happy to hear that.
Tell us.
He called me. Babakar called me to tell me what he told you. I told him, you have put me in trouble.
And for Yaya Jammeh, it's all competition with him. If you have this car, he must have a better car. Or he takes that one. If you have a house, he must have a better house, or he takes yours.
That is true.
If you have a business, he must have a better one, or he takes yours.
That's true.
If you have a farm, he must have a better farm, or he takes yours. That's gangsterism, isn't it? Could you answer?
That is true.
So you're saying he was a gangster too?
That is true.
And he would go to any extent to get what he wanted.
That's true.
And in your case, it was torture until you fainted.
It was not only that. The reason for Yaya Jammeh forming the Justice Paul Commission is because of us. Because in my case, if you look at the report the Justice Paul wrote about me, few lines. The commission have recommended that you should pay this and this and this amount. The reason for the payment was not even known. I said, I'm not going to pay a penny. I went to court, and then I took Mr. Gay, and then he applied for a stay of execution.
And the Mr. Game,
that Commonwealth judge.
Commonwealth judge.
He gave us the stay of execution.
State of execution.
He said the commission is at par with the High Court, so they are not going to honor what the court has said, so they have to implement what the commission has said.
The
IG, Commissioner Usman Sonko, when he was the IG, so he must execute what the commission said.
Commissioner
And then
they took us to the NIA and asked us to surrender our title deeds as a collateral. I told them I have no compound, I have no title deed to surrender. They said then we'll detain you here. I said fine. I was there till 12 midnight. And I was asked to go home. And I should report the following day. I went there and they asked me the same question, whether I have a title. I said I have no title deed. Then they investigated, they showed that even the compound I was staying belongs to Musa Drame, the present Minister of Local Government.
Local government of land, Minister of Local Government of
the world. The man has nothing. Forget about him. That's how my compound did not go. But all my vehicles were taken away. And then they took it to Ajam's store and they were auctioned. This is what happened.
How did you feel about all this after everything you have done for Yaya Jammeh?
Let me tell you, when it comes to position and riches, I have no relative or friend. Even if I give you a car today, a brand new car, you drive it for 10 years and you have problem with him, guy is in the garage, he will ask you to take it and take it back to him. That is his type.
He's very vindictive. He's very vindictive.
Yeah, that's true.
But even though a lot of people say that Yaya Jammeh had really done a lot for the Jola, he has helped them a great deal, the evidence also is that he has gone very badly against the Jolas, especially those he believed were a threat to his authority.
Bare ujike ja pop kamene kure reg matiko Yaya Jammeh na kankan wajake wajupo ya kujola na kani kama jake majupo ya bare pop na tiken kamene kanumanjone kuribu na kuli moni.
I have here Exhibit 9 and he is said to have killed the following: Momadou Lamine Nyasi from Buyam, Buba Sanyang from Buyam, Dongo Mbub from Buyam, Modou Lamine Kujabi from Dobong, Dauda Nyasi from Bondali, Arona Jammeh and Masi Jammeh from Kanilai, Woni Kanilai, Sise Jata from Bujilim,
Sise Jata Bujilim,
Tumbul Tamba and Musa Jammeh from Sintet.
Tumbul Tamba di Musa
Jammeh from Sintet. Samba Kujabi from Kanwali.
Samba Jasi Kanwali.
Kujabi from Kanwali.
Samba Kujabi Sanwali.
And Lamin Baji from Sintet.
Lamin Baji Sintet.
And those whom he detained, tortured, or detained, simply detained or imprisoned.
Di kanuma njone ko ko ba safere kunen tinta kon ka ku teki tek ka ku kunen enen tinta kon rek.
Lang tombong tamba sintet.
Lang tombong tamba sintet.
Landing sane kanwali.
Landing sane kanwali.
Ibrahima bun sane wasadu.
Ibrahima bun sane wasadu.
Abdoulie Kujabi, that's yourself, Dobong.
Abdoulie Kujabi, akami aufan Dobong.
James is not on the list, but James also Dobong. James Kujabi.
James kare sa kola kulet podikai takbare James.
Was detained, but he was not tortured.
Yes, I would also add Haruna Kujabi.
Innen top of Haruna Kujabi.
Which Haruna Kujabi?
No. Ansumana, sorry.
Ansumana
Kujabi.
James, yes.
And James, yes. Modu Baji.
Modu Baji.
Kanjibatu.
Kanjibatu.
Esa Baji from Sibanor.
Esa Baji, Sibanor.
Bintanding Jaju Block.
Bintanding Jaju Block.
Modu Manga Kambagal.
Modu Manga Kambagal.
Usman and Pahari Jame from Kanilai and Alfuseni Jame from Kanilai.
Usman Pahari Jame de Alfuseni Jame Kanilai.
Ibrahim Amare Buyam.
Ibrahim Amare Buyam.
Ausu Jiba Dobong.
Ausu Jiba Dobong.
Wiye Sane Arankon.
Wiye Sane Arankon.
Suleiman Bojang Kanilai.
Suleiman Bojang Kanilai.
Idrissa Koli Dobong.
Idrissa Koli Dobong.
Solo Bojang Karor.
Solo Bojang Karor.
Jibril Bojang Bolengat.
Jibril Bojang Bolengat.
Aziz Tamba Kanjong.
Aziz Tamba Kanjong.
Kausu Kamara Kalaji.
Kausu Kamara Kalaji.
And a whole lot of other people who were dismissed from their jobs.
Modu
Lamin Jiba Dobong.
Modu Lamin Jiba Dobong.
Ibu Koli Bondali.
Koli Bondali.
Bondali. Lamin Jobate of Sibanor.
Lamin Jobate Sibanor.
Boli Koli Foni Jarol.
Boli Koli Foni Jarol.
Karafatamba Wasadu.
Karafatamba Wasadu.
Vincent Bori Tamba Wasadu.
Vincent Bori Tamba Wasadu.
Baba Kujabi Kanwali.
Baba Kujabi Kanwali.
Benjame Dobong. Sorry, Kanilai.
Benjame Kanilai.
Okay, now James is here. Pateba Kampasa.
Pateba Kampasa.
Pa Edward Sajasane Wasadu.
Pa Edward Sajasane Wasadu.
Bala Musa Sanyang Demban.
Bala Musa Sanyang Demban.
Modu Lamin Jaju Buyam.
Modu Lamin Jaju Buyam.
Ibrahima Jaju Buyam.
Ibrahima Jaju Buyam.
Ansumana Jamme Kanilai.
Ansumana Jamme Kanilai.
Lamin Sane Sibanor.
Lamin Sane Sibanor.
Dino Haidara Wasadu.
Dino Haidara Wasadu.
Abdoulie Tamba Sintet.
Abdoulie Tamba Sintet.
Abasanyang Buyam.
Abasanyang Buyam.
Pa Usman Bojang Bujinga.
Pa Usman Bojang Bujinga.
Okay, Yankuba Drame Buyam.
Yankuba Drame Buyam.
Modu Jame Alakunda.
Modu Jame Alakunda.
Ibrahima Drame Buyam.
Ibrahima Jame Buyam.
Sekuba Jaju Sangajor.
Sekuba Jaju Sangajor.
And Yaya Jame, is it Makumbaya or Makumbaya?
Yaya Jame Makumbaya.
These are all people. Mainly from Foni. Yaya Jame went again.
I don't know how deep, how you got it, but if you go to the people that were given this concussion for the witches, 10 times more than what is written here.
Bukana kan kusemme bebana bang kurege mbate kuyana kukufang man ku dupe bukano bajim de keta kufang.
Because it started with a man called Santamba. When Santamba died, they brought those men from Guinea. All happening in Funi.
And kutong no mi Santamba. Onana jimmi no ko dem kumuru kunine.
Who was Santamba?
Funi.
Ay mala ko no Santamba.
Santamba is from Casamas, and he claimed to know who is a witch and who is not a witch.
Santamba o Casamas na pulo banana bi mina rek nani ona mani ayama ayalaw di akantuma ayalaw.
But he died.
Barna jinjim.
What happened was
he
attacked somebody from Casamas. The guy's elder brother was in the army in Casamance. Now he's in Canada. Let's wait until he come to Wasedung, Casamance, then we'll get him. When he went to Wasedung, they took him and detained him in Dakar. I think they gave him some injections that would keep him alive for some time. When they knew that everything now is in his body, they sent him home and he died 3 days when he arrived in
And?
Yeah. And he died, that's all. Then Yaya did not stop there. Then he went for those Fulamen in Guinea. But he said he's going to wipe out all the witches in the Gambia. Because all those Fulamen have to come here. We are allowed to come for you too. Whatever. A lot of people eventually died as a result of that.
Why was Yaya doing this?
I don't know. He said he's fighting a witchcraft that he wants to eliminate throughout the country. Because I heard him on one of the rallies that if we don't stop being witches, I know what to do with you people. I heard him. And that's what happened.
Do you think he was completely sane?
Such a human being will never, because witchcraft is created by God, and any year cannot stop it, whether you like it or not. I think you can challenge a matured human being will never
Mr. Witness, our interpreters are tired. I think I should just leave it at that, Mr. Chair, and I would ask just one last question.
We are
really sorry about this. But just before we end it, how do you feel about all this?
Very bad.
Are you prepared to forgive and reconcile with Yaya Jammeh and all his men? For unlawfully arresting you and detaining you and torturing you? For unlawfully arresting members of your family and detaining them? For the killing of your brother? For the killing of your 2 cousins? And for the witchcraft in which lots of people were killed in Fonyi and beyond?
The Pope, and yes, to Kuyala, Yakamante Kanka, Jupa Kuket Fonyi, the Kapana Upanwake.
And for all the degrading treatment Yaya Jammeh has meted on you?
The Pope, Balafiria, and Yajama Anani.
Do you forgive him? Or would you forgive him?
That is up to the family to decide. Because if anything happened to me today, it is the family that would sit and discuss about it. Let's forget about it. It's a grand shame to our family. Things went, it was a good forgive like that without sitting and discussing. Especially those people who are not even relatives, whom he is sending to destroy us.
No further questions, Mr. Chair.
Thank you very much, Council, and thank you very much, Mr. Kujabi, for coming to testify before the Commission.
Council, Mr. Kujabi,
First, Council, you preempted me, but 3 cheers to the interpreters. You did very well indeed. Thank you so much. Sorry you had to do it one for a long, long time, and then the second one also came in. Nonetheless, you did a splendid job. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
I think you need to say it, that you can interpret that. The people to hear what the job that you have done. Just one small point from me. The religious manifestations that Jame exhibited, carrying the Quran with him, the praying beads, I don't know what's in the sword. How religious was he really? You grew up with him, you knew him very well. It's a gap. I'm not getting into Jame's private religious beliefs and other things out there between him and Allah. That's his business, that's his private thing. But what he is demonstrating to the country, what he demonstrates to the world, the kind of religious person he is. Can you just say a little bit on that point, just to fill the gap, at least for me?
yaji makan kana numan jone nay sen sentie mbati ko kan kana nati dine buju ko asafa kitaba na sok etasabe na sof wafa numan jone da wi sen mbati anati dine ban bakani rabola tu di basanke rabola pu sof mata nati dine bare ni man be manji bi aw an numan jone jibaba tim to kon jibake ji tim to kon jikuluwe ni man be manji aw di manje ni manji mi ya jamme men kane kara ela ko de mite bo tutoreli bare ni aw no manji mi
I'm raising these questions to get a better understanding, as we have done. You have to help us tremendously. Lots of things that we need to know about the man that Gambia has been saddled with for 22 years.
Panrambin ni mu manje ana nu manjone nu lako di od simit kabanan di waf mu ngo nu manjo jak.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Baraka, Chairman.
What I do know,
waninge manjumi,
I've never seen Yaya in any karanta.
Imuslijuku Yaya
I've never seen him. Where he got that knowledge, I wouldn't know.
Bana bujula mi londa kile inge manjut.
Karanta should be interpreted. Perhaps it means a Quranic school or a
Quranic, where they normally put log on fire, people sit around having their reciting the whole Quran. I've never seen him do that.
What about leading prayers?
Only pray in his house, but as a congregation, no. I've never seen it.
Did you ever look at the Quran that he carries?
I have never looked at it because you can have translation in English and whatever. That is why he is holding it to himself.
You really can't say much about
it. The Quran.
The way the time he started holding the Quran was when he was the president. But before that, I've never seen him holding the Quran.
I mean, I come as a fair Alquran, and I come and I come my present on a Jucomi, no Jucomo as a face Alquran Momo, Tasabaya.
Well, he got
no,
I don't
know. Juco, but I'm begging Mulunda in Game and you.
Maybe Gabriel came to him. Sorry. Yeah, you have the floor, please. Commissioners, yes.
Witness.
I say that.
You are the most truthful witness that sat on that chair.
See the
In view of this and in view of the fact that you have disclosed all the things that were hidden, you think people in this country should blindly follow Yaya Jammeh again? Thank you. I don't think. The reason being, when people team up together to vote against him, that means they know who the person is, and now they will never vote him to come in again. After hearing all what has happened in the country, any matured human being will aspire for such a character to come back as a head of state. If you want to go, better for the Gambians to give it to any
Deputy Chair, you have the floor, please.
Deputy Chair,
thank you very much, Chair. Thank you, Esther. Thank you, witness. We're truly sorry for what your family had to go through. But the TRRC has got different committees that it works with. And in addition to the public hearings which we're holding, we do a lot of behind the scenes work. And this includes community outreach, sensitization programs, reconciliation. You have said that the list that the lead council read was not representative of the numbers of people that were affected by the witch hunts. And I will add and other atrocities. But when we went for the outreach hearings, there were some communities that resolutely refused to testify even in private to the TRRC. Thus affecting not only our ability to establish the complete truth, but also our attempts at healing and reconciling the nation. Because this is our mandate, to heal and reconcile the nation, not to divide the nation. But it is unfortunate that there are some communities and some people, the minute you talk about the TRRC, or talk about this resistance, they see you as following a particular person, as following a particular ethnic group, or even a region. This is sad. This is sad. I really want to know what your perspectives on this are.
Thank you very much. Because for me, I thought the people you should have consulted to go with them, and then they tell their people the real story for them to come out. They are left behind. You know these dollars, especially the illiterate ones, Trrc, they thought it is an institution that is bent on destroying only Yaya Jammeh. Look in my case. When President Barrow was touring the country, I was in Kalaji, and then I attended all the meetings he did in Funi. A lot of people came, but some were not happy. But I told them, look, if anybody is bold enough to face me and say, stop fooling around, that person is dead. So if they think, if you tell, look at even in Kanila itself. Kanila is divided into two. Kanila was fenced. The big Kanila was open. And even the alcalde of Kanila, Masre, was died because of these Fuller's concussions. That is Ben's Labrona. So some people are afraid to come, but they know. I will tell you, 2016 election, you know, Alan Barrow was in Canada itself. You know that?
Mr. Hello? Sir? The interpreters.
Sorry.
Don't forget the interpreters.
But I hope, but can I start again? Oh?
Just repeat comme l'offre ta mulang bibling
What I said is, when the Trrc went to Funi, there are certain people they should have met who would have guided them, approach certain individuals. But this was not the case. Because for Funi, I used to tell people, APRC does not belong to Funi. APRC killed Funi. But because Yaya Jammeh is from Funi, we don't like him, we don't even say it in the open. Only people like us who bold enough to talk. Others, even if you talk to them about that, they will just go live with that. This is it.
Now the other question is in relation to the earlier statements that you made about the July 22nd movement.
Jojo Kandi Kuwaiti July 22nd movement.
How soon was it disbanded after you had that meeting with the president?
Nanu baje meeting the president. Mante pio banjanun kufasorio.
3 days.
Okay, because you have talked about their training in Libya.
Yes.
But were you also aware that they were having in-country training by Libyans who were flown in to train them?
I was there. They were during the transition.
Thank you. I wanted confirmation of that. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Commissioner Carr. You have the floor.
Commissioner Carr, Jamaica Sanken.
Thank you, Chairman.
Chairman,
and thank you, witness, for your testimony. And sorry for what happened to you. You mentioned something very interesting, and because you told this commission that you are loyal to Jammeh because he was your family member. And Council did mention cases of people who, like Sanamanjang, who are loyal to him because they were not, who are loyal to him even though they were not family to him. What is clear from your testimony and from our investigations is that there are people who are so loyal to him that whatever he told them or he asked them to do, they would do it. How does Jammeh build that loyalty? How did he build that loyalty? How was he able to?
Some were doing it because of their positions. They can maintain their position.
Thank you. The final question is, did you get your judges back?
I got them back since that time. They are still with me. I will give some to Ezafal.
I definitely do need them.
What about Chairman?
No. I'll give it to Esa.
Thank you.
We won't allow Esa in the hall here with Juju Zong. Imam C, you have the floor, please.
Imam C and Bejo Kasanken.
You can offer prayers and not Juju.
Mr. Kujabi, you let me de la Santa Hitam de la Jal Hitam Sambokumi. Only one I like Moy Nyari Moy Sarakabi.
Mr. Kujabi, I want to ask 2 questions. Your brother, your younger brother.
Saja Kujabi.
Which
one Bagla? He's my brother Kujabi. I'm doing the phone.
What did they do? Was it the difficulty that you were facing? That's the same experience they had, or they committed a different crime?
All of them never work in Yajame's government. But because my brother is Gisaja, even people at Foni knows that he's a very righteous person.
So he has charms.
So now, as far as Abdoulie is in a problem, if they don't arrest Gisaja, he will do what nobody will even expect. Every person, every child of Foni knows that. So to close the gap between man and man. So he was just trying to be in between me and my brother. I am next to Ansumana, and Ansumana was also next to our elder brother. Which was a lie. For Ansumana, they accused him that he was the one, he will cause for Yajame not to have anything from the white people.
Thank you. Sorry? Please, Imam.
One last question, please. Seems you are very much interested in participating in reconciliation in your area. Like we said that we did not consult the right people to get to the people. Would you accept to work with us now
to get to the people.
And
other people who you think can help us get to the people. That's the question. How many people precisely do you want to be part of your team? We'll discuss this later on. If we give you your consent, as the chairperson of the Reconciliation Committee, I will talk to my committee and we'll get back to you, and with permission from the Commission, we'll certainly be able to do something for this.
I'm
ready. If anything that will bring peace to the country, I am ready. Thank you very much.
Thank you. That's a key component of our mandate. Pursuing that would be a wonderful thing. Sorry, Commissioner, somebody asked for the floor?
Thank you very much, Chairman.
Chairman, Emitakati.
Baraka, Mr. Abdoulie Kujabi.
Thank you, Mr. Abdoulie Kujabi. We can't end this meeting and I didn't say thank you.
Because if
you were someone else, people like you have passed through this set. They are Jolas. But they never wanted to disclose what Yaya Jammeh did. I believe you have said it to the commission that you are related with Yaya Jammeh. But you stood and revealed everything that he has done to you, and the whole world is a witness. Now, I believe all those people who sit out there and say we pay people to come and give testimonies, if they hear your testimony, they will believe that this is the truth. Those who say Yaya is so-so's person friend. Yaya has no friend. Because today, where you are seated, Commissioner, I cannot interfere in that. Sorry.
Lakin ko bi ite lotale ya fo yaya mosi fa menti anite kato menke yaya ite mako yoro menke yaya manejo femfenna fire jo nyin tajire yala.
Because today you have stood and revealed the kind of person Yaya Jammeh is. He didn't look at the things that you have done for him.
And
everybody should expect that when Yaya Jammeh return, because people believe that he will be back, that he will do something that is things that are worse than what he has done to you. Be whosoever is listening to your testimony would know that you swore to the Quran and you are speaking the truth. And whosoever sat here, if you ask them, they say Yaya didn't say that. So I am sympathizing with you or empathizing with you. Your brother who has passed on, and also praying for his soul to rest well. And you too, may Allah give you that heart so that because you have fulfilled your obligation as a Muslim. I can't end without saying thank you. Because Jolas like you are not much here.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Mbadunga fem for me along ko tumando mo be jamino malong. Yaya ma muso me ya ba ma wulu. Which
many people will never know. Yaya Jame came from.
Dalong yellow mountain modi. But mulatina men kita nteto khola.
But why is it that what happened? I will say it.
Alun bilim bina ndeni alale nke samananyang iko alquran fela tachi ya for ini ala tema.
Because when I was coming here, I came here because Allah brought me and I was given the Quran and asked to swear. If we are to
I will be born.
If I will be born, I won't be born telling a lie. That is why I said everything I knew. People outside there can take it however they want, but I am Abdoulie Kujabi. If you are not pleased with what I say, you can come and meet me at my house. Thank you. So many things have been said here. That is why I cannot end my intervention without saying thank you.
Thank you very much, Emma, for your testimony again, Mr. Kujabi. If you have any final remarks to make, please proceed to make them now.
Mr. Kujabi, the manager of the Sen said, I and can woman go back Kurim, Kalabang, Kanuman Derek, no Kenya.
I understand you might want to make them in Jola, or is that it? Or?
Yeah,
it's his language of choice.
Yes, that's fine. Go ahead.
Let me continue
in English.
The English I started.
Super.
Because I want all of us to know or be aware of what is going to be. First of all, I would like to thank the Trrc
and follow
the job they are doing.
I tend to Trrc broka bajaka bankombe kane.
I discussed this with the lead council, I think on Tuesday, outside.
You make the lead council for nakafeta latai.
I want your investigators to open up. It's not that Abdoulie Kujabi said this, so we'll take it like that. No. But if you follow certain things, you will know whether the person is taking the Trrc for a right or not. But I'm saying this in the case of Yaya Boja, who testified here against me at the early stage. Yaya said because of the torture, that's why his sons were like this. But if you took out his socks, you will see that all the bodies are like this. That is a sickness from all the members of his family.
The family only took
so if the investigators did not go in to find out who this man is by getting in touch with his associates, his family, they would not know. And the man went away with $350,000 on no ground, just because I went to the Trrc, I lied, now I'm getting money. But the Trrc is very important for that.
Yaya Boja na tete risigoreso no manye siri manje nandiyo na kom nan sof meno ngebi bi Trrc digo me gajuro e ke badi begodobe on warante kamo Trrc wa no manje fu afo legene fu
the day he said this statement here
na reg mu from fu dere
people were calling me all over
na ko yakale won ke bob bana bu kapana tu
Yaya is also a grandson to our family.
Yaya umu ko ndiko nya mamari wole the family wole.
How can you do such a thing?
And the
time he was saying that 10 soldiers arrested him. Who is he? Arrested by 10 soldiers. When I have my NI person, even 2 can go and bring him. That is why I'm appealing to the Trrc to be widening their investigation. Otherwise, now that he thought he is scot-free, others will also want to emulate the same thing. That's what I wanted to appeal, so that we can all look at it. I'm not saying that you should go and arrest him because he has already squandered the money. No problem. But any recurrence, you know what to do next. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Kujabi, for that. I have been informed by the chair of the Reparations Committee that that money to Yaya Bojang did not come from the TRRC.
No.
Yeah. No, I just want to put that on the record. But again, thank you so much, for your...
And also to put on the record that the TRRC has investigated the hands, and we know what we know. Thank you.
Thank you very much indeed again, Mr. Kujabi. Thanks for your testimony. We will conclude our proceedings here for today and come back tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock sharp. Meeting is adjourned. Thank you all very much.
If you want to receive monies from UK, Europe, USA, Canada, Switzerland and the rest of the world, Supersonic's money transfer has got you covered. With the largest payout network in the Gambia, you can now receive your monies anywhere you are, from Kartong to Koina, with less hassle. Yes! You can receive monies from your family and friends in UK, Europe, USA, Canada, Switzerland and the rest of the world with our safe, secure, fast and convenient service that offers you the largest selection of payout locations in the Gambia. Supersonic's money transfer. We are currently in 34 African countries and counting, giving you quality money remittance services that are second to none. Visit the Google Play Store or the Apple Store today to download the Supersonics Money Transfer app and enjoy excellent money transfer services only with Supersonics.